At this point, they've read the book. They saw how Dr. Seuss used the colors. Watch the video. You'll see how Dr. Seuss used the colors. They've watched this video and my video, which describes how Western European associates color with emotions and feelings. For the science activity, my standard, students are able to classify plants according to similarities and differences. So students, here's the activity, compare and classify materials. Students will compare the materials Native American Indians used to make war paint using similarities and differences. They will also, I went a little further with this, even though it's second grade, they can figure out what's a plant and what's a rock. So I had them also, they are going to classify these materials as organic, which is plant or animal, or inorganic, which is rocks or minerals. And for the standards, they'll be able to classify these plants. I took it further to also classify the rocks or minerals according to similarities and difference. This plant has red berries. This plant has yellow petals. That's how they get the colors, etc., etc. I'm going to go over to math now. For math, I chose this standard. Actually, I have a couple. Draw a picture graph and a bar graph with a single scale to represent data set with up to 4 categories. Solve simple, put together, take apart, and compare problems. Use addition to find the total number of objects arranged in a rectangular array with up to 5 rows and up to 5 columns. So for math, my activity is titled Color Statistics, and I'm having the students, I will do this actually prior to my explanation of color theory. We're going to do this totally unbiased. So I'm going to have the students observe and record the data of the colors of clothing worn by their classmates, or a different class if they want to do a neutral class, over a 5-day school week. Using the top 5 most frequently worn colors, students will make an array, bar graph, or picture graph to record and analyze their findings. Students will use this information and their knowledge of color psychology, once I've explained color psychology with them, to make inferences about what these colors mean in regards to the general tendencies of their class personalities and moods on those days. Just a simple color statistics. On day 1, 5 people wore red shirts, 3 people wore purple shirts, that kind of stuff. My music, you're also going to see I have some purple standards in here, which is science. Students are able to demonstrate how moving objects exhibit different types of motion, straight, circular, and back and forth. That's actually science. Pretty cool. I think that has to do with things like the solar system and how planets orbit the sun and moons orbit planets, etc., etc. But for music, I'm going to do a flashlight painting choreography. Students will choreograph a light show using flashlight painting to a song about color. The first exposure, I do it. I lead them in a flashlight painting to a song of my choice. I like to use Cyndi Lauper, True Colors. I love that song. So I lead them in a flashlight choreography to Cyndi Lauper's True Colors. If you aren't sure what that is, I'll just show you right here. If I can get it to work. Cyndi, there she is. Cyndi Lauper, True Colors. And there's all kinds of them. But that's the song that I like to use. Second exposure, students will take turns leading the class flashlight painting to the same song I used. Third exposure, students will break into groups and choreograph a light show using flashlight painting to a song about a color they choose. They can choose a song about color. If you're using rainbows in science, or rainbows as your connector, they could do the rainbow connection. And we have covered everything. My drama, we did that. Dramatic Readers Theater, very simple. When you are choosing a connector or a theme, you need to make this aspect general, something simple, color, rainbows. I had a group of students who did this unit on careers. They found a book in the library about careers, and they had really nice pictures, and they talked about why fire engines are red and why police officers wear dark blue and why a lot of doctors' offices are green or blue or a relaxing color. So they used careers, and they did all of this, Unit 1, based around careers. You must, for your music, drama, and art, you must use the activities you have explored with me thus far. Music can be a flashlight choreography or a circle dance. Drama should be a reader's theater or something of that nature. I've given you lots of ideas on the instruction sheet as well. And for art, you must employ color psychology. You must. You can develop any kind of activity for language arts, social studies, science and math that you feel fits with your connector. And the more they cross, the better. You'll see that in my language arts informative research paper, I have linked social studies, language arts, and drama in that one activity. So I have crossed 3 subjects there. And by using color as my connector and having color in every activity, I have umbrellaed everything under color, and I have connected all of my activities with color. That's thematic, cross-curricular lesson planning. Now I'm going to go to the instructional template. In the instructional template, you have to put your connector and your theme and your grade level in the center. You can read all my instructor comments. Once you've read them and followed their directions, get rid of them. You will develop an activity for language arts. Think of an academic activity for the subject and explain it. Give it a title, just like I did. And then place the standard that this activity covers in this box. I have them all over in my map. Your drama is the element where you will do a first exposure, a second exposure, and a third exposure. First exposure, how do you introduce this to them? Second exposure, what do you do with your class to process this information? Read this. After you introduce your class to this book, what will you do next? Read it to them, discuss the emotions, colors, artwork, have them read it together, have them play a game to learn about the concepts in the book. The third exposure is simply, when is this done? You will be choosing a book. I chose My Many Colored Days. You'll be choosing a book for this drama that you're going to base it on. And what are you going to do when it's done? This is where you have them express what they have learned from this book and your lesson. It could be that they write a poem about a color and how it makes them feel, like my book, Dr. Seuss's My Many Colored Days. They could do a reader's theater. They could write skits. I have all kinds of ideas for you in the instructions as well. And whatever this third exposure activity is, you need to find at least one standard here. This is the link for the standards. You need to find at least one standard that this activity covers. And you can explore this. Here's some instructor comments for you. You will need to place your subjects in the colored boxes: music, art, drama, science, math, language arts, and social studies. I have done the drama element for you as an example. You can delete my examples and replace them with your own. This is just to provide you with a guideline. Please place the names of those who plan each subject in the subject box. This is for my face-to-face class. You'll just put your name because you only have you. There's no teams for you. I tried that. It didn't work very well with the online environment. Read all of this, explore, and I will invite you each to your own map, and you can plan away. I hope this helps you understand what I'm trying to get from you for your first unit, cross-curricular thematic lesson planning activity. Thank you very much.